Alright, in this video we're going to talk about the keyword static, which seems weird at first, but the idea of static things is that sometimes we want the dog factory, this class itself, to know some information about like all the dogs that have been created, or oftentimes static things are used in utility classes. So like the math class that you've used before has math.abs, which is a static method. The keyword static just means that whatever it is belongs to the class, not any particular instance or object that was created from the class. And so let's, for an example, let's create a static variable, private static int called numDogs in program. Let's set it equal to 0 at first. Now let's just leave it. Yeah, let's just leave it. And then every time we create, so in both constructors, we're going to increase that number. So numDogs in program plus plus. So every time there's a call to the constructor method, to this constructor method, that number is going to go up. And same with this constructor method. So this is like a number that we just want to keep track of how many dogs there are running around our program. So let's create a getter method for that. So public static, it has to be a static method because it refers to a static variable. Public static int get num dogs in program. And this method is just going to return num dogs in program. And let's see and compare it in our runner to these other ones. What I'm trying to get across, I guess, is that with a name and sound, each dog can have different information in those sounds and names in those variables. Spot has Spot's name. The generic dog, it starts out generic dog and then is renamed Ferdinand. Spot says grr. If we say that, you know, system.out.spot, system.out.pout.out.println, spot.getSound. If we run this program, obviously Spot's sound is different from woof. They're unique. But if we do spot system.out.println spot.get num dogs in program and system.out.println generic dog.get num dogs in program. Because the variable is static, they are both going to register that there are 2. So we should see 2 and 2 print out there, right? So that variable, the num dogs in program, there's only one of these because it's static. It belongs to the class, to the factory that produces dogs, not to any dogs that have been produced. So each dog just references back to the same single instance of the variable numDogs in program because we have specified that that is a static variable. Static variables are very useful in certain situations. Like I said before, anytime you need to know things about like the factory that produces objects overall, that's a static situation. Or anytime you just want the class to be able to perform a function like the math class, where you don't need to create an instance of the math class to do anything or to remember any information that's specific to its instance. You just need the class to perform a task for you. So often static variables and methods are used in utility programs, and there are a couple other reasons why people will select to use them. So that's a little bit about static, and that's plenty for this video.